I always tell people I'm in API, the Jewish fraternity, at the largest Catholic university in the country. My name is Thomas Edward Dewey III. So traditionally, in Judaism, you don't name someone after someone who's still alive. So my mother's Jewish, and my father's not Jewish. Which, depending on how religious you are, they say that Judaism goes through the mother. So that if your mother's Jewish, then therefore your kids are Jewish. But the father, they say, the father you get which tribe. There's Ashkenazi and Sephardic, which means it's basically what part of Europe that you were from. And my dad is obviously Thomas Dewey, and my grandfather also is Thomas Dewey. So I was named after them. So when people hear my name, they're like, oh, he's not Jewish, but in actuality, I am. So I came from a town that I was the only Jew, unlike a lot of kids who grew up here who they grew up and they were surrounded by other Jewish kids, and sometimes it's like, oh, I wish I had that, but I look at them and say, hey, I really appreciate the way I grew up because I was made fun of for the fact of being Jewish because I was the only Jewish kid. So there was kind of a lack of understanding, lack of education on their part of I was an easy target to be made fun of. So to me as a kid growing up, it's like, okay, I've now lost the ability to say, hey, yes, I identify as Jewish. But funny enough, when I was in high school, I played football and I ended up buying myself a Star of David belt buckle. That was probably around like that big, and I would wear it on Fridays with my football uniform because at that point I was like, okay, you know what, like if someone's gonna have an issue with me being Jewish, like let's be adults about this and like talk about it and like figure out like, okay, what's the deal here? And kind of after that point I was like, yeah, like I really am, like I knew I was Jewish, but it was like, yeah, I'm gonna be proud that I'm Jewish and just go with it. What I realized is that growing up, I didn't take my Jewish education and going to Sunday school and Wednesday school and just Hebrew school in general, I didn't really take it that seriously. I didn't see the value in it until really I came to college, because I told myself when I came to college that, hey, let's explore this thing called Judaism and see what it has to offer. I toured DePaul the fall of my senior year, and I really, when I've been here, it was the first time I had been to Chicago, and I was just kind of blown away, and I just had the feeling of like, this is where I should go and where this was meant for me. And then by the end of my freshman year, I was on essentially all of the different Jewish organizations' boards. We have Hillel, which is a national organization on all college campuses. They're more reform out of the Jewish organizations. We have Chabad, which I've actually been president of since my freshman year. When they came to the campus, I helped bring them on and have helped them grow ever since. When I came my freshman year, we had a new Jewish Life coordinator, and then in the spring, we had Chabad come on campus, and that's when I got involved with them. And it's been really great to see the evolution of my freshman year to where we are today, in the amount of programming that we're doing and just the outreach that we're trying to do, and really the positive vibes we're trying to send off to students of, hey, we're DePaul Jewish Life and we're here. It's awesome for me to see, because I came into the DePaul Jewish Life when it was kind of re-evolving and at its beginning, and I can leave as a senior knowing that it's in good hands and that it's going in the right direction, and that to me is great, and just to hopefully be able to come back in the future and just see the numbers continue to grow.